welcome back to the Feel Good Scoliosis Challenge. We are on day 27 and I'm obviously in a slightly different location. Welcome to my bedroom. I'm going to show you how I do a couple of different forms of traction using a yoga strap and using a pull-up bar. Yoga straps are very easy to get off of Amazon or any kind of yoga shop. And basically what I've done here is looped it around this D-loop and tied it in a knot as well. So it's really firm and not going to come undone. Then what I'm doing, so this is for a form of traction. So traction is the elongation and decompression of the spine. Something really nice with scoliosis. And I love this for a downward dog, a forward fold, different types of yoga poses that you can do with this yoga strap. You need a door and you have to have the door open because you're going to loop the band or the strap around it like this. So it's really secure here. I've never heard any stories of the door handle breaking like this. So that's why I recommend having the door open. I mean, it might seem a bit weird because the door moves, but when you're in your downward facing dog or your forward fold, the door doesn't really move. So then you kind of lasso yourself into it. And you want to place the band so it's just above the bony bit of your hip. And I'm going to bring you down so you can see what I'm about to do. So I'm going to come into a downward dog straight up, but guys, remember I am, oh god, it's a bit crooked. I'm sorry for that, but we're just going to roll with it. Remember, I am a yoga teacher, so I do this all the time. I totally understand if this is difficult for you. Please do a forward fold or take your hands onto props instead. So you want to make sure that you're really getting a firm strap, that the strap is tight. And then I'm just in my downward dog. I know I'm kind of cut out of the frame here, but you can see what I'm doing. Let me see if I can just turn this down a little bit more. Like this. So really nice lengthening for the spine. I like to actively push away through my hands as well. Breathe into my concave sides. Don't worry if you don't know your concave sides. With our downward facing dog, remember we want to have a long spine. If you need to have bent knees, that is totally okay. Then to get up, you can take your hands to your hips, keep the spine long, keep the tension in the strap, and stand up. So that's a variation you can do. You can also do a wide-legged forward fold using a stool or something out in front. So I actually have like a little stool here that I like to do a wide-legged forward fold with as well. So I'll see if I can show you that. Really struggling with the angles here, but I would take my feet out wide, and then I have my stool here, which you can't see, but it's a stool. A stool is a stool. And then I would get some traction like this. So I would also try and correct my hips. My left hip really wants to rotate up, so I kind of pull my right hip up a little bit. Obviously I got my right rib hump that wants to come up, so I pull my right rib hump down and try and push up through my left side. And the band is giving me some nice traction, and it just feels really good, to be honest. You want to keep the spine long as you come up and out of there. So that's it for that type of traction. I'm going to show you something with the pull-up bar as well. So at the edge of my door for my bedroom, I have this pull-up bar. A client gave this to me, so I can't tell you where I got it from. But you can get them off of Amazon. You can get everything off of Amazon. And this is just a pull-up bar that hangs over the door. It's really nothing fancy. It's not a special scoliosis tool, but I use it as a special scoliosis tool. So you can grab one of these, or if you can use them in the gym. Anything you can hang off of. It really doesn't have to be a bar. It can be anything. And I like to do this sometimes when I come in from work, or if I've been sitting down for a long period of time. So you're going to take your hands shoulder width apart. I like to keep the feet on the floor. I walk the feet forward a little bit. I know you can't see my feet right now, but they're a bit forward. And you're kind of like sitting back into a chair. And you're just holding here. Try not to shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears, maybe keeping the shoulders down away from the back, but focus on not flaring the ribs. So you don't want to let the ribs flare forward. Keep pulling the ribs back towards the spine. And also try and keep your lumbar lordotic curve, the natural curve in your lower back and the natural curve in your upper back. Obviously we're lengthening out our scoliosis, but we want to keep our natural kyphotic and lordotic curves. I do have a post about this on my Instagram, so if you're confused, just go to Instagram and you'll find it there because it is really important. Yeah, this is basically it. Another way to get traction, really, really easy. I hope that helps, and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.